probably going to be a shitload of drop frames and blah blah blah, but we'll see how it goes. Uno momento here. There we go. Okay. Just pulling up all my stuff here. It's still kind of weird, this desk, because the like the monitors are really far away from my face more than I'm used to, and this chair sucks balls. So yeah, that's a thing.
Link stream.
All right, link stream, link stream. Ah, fuck, link stream, quick, someone. All right, I'm linking my own stream.
Good to know, Rick. Rick is on a conference call.
You're on a conference call. That's sweet. Oh, it's so weird. I can see myself. Like, oh god, I gotta get out of here.
Delightful. Stop under construction.
All right. I need to know something to like put in there. I was thinking about just doing like I have a little slideshow and just like have the slideshow always going in the side panel. Like I don't know. Maybe just like some info, like here's where you can find us, but all the links are there anyway. So I don't know. I just want it to be pretty.
I say that every morning when I look in the mirror.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you're always disappointed.
Ouch.
We're roasted.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay, so
Oh, right. Felix actually gets to play this time.
I know.
I'm
it's
not
so great.
conscious.
And I was wondering what was happening, but I shut the music off, and I'm like, I feel like it's just really quiet, and something's wrong. And it's because there's no stuff in the background.
Which every time I log into this game, my music settings for some reason get reset, so I always get the shit scared out of me.
What do you mean every time? You never fucking log out. What are you talking about?
But I'm in other game. I'm in other games sometimes.
Oh. I was gonna say I've logged in like a few times over the week, and every time you're there, like you must have like thousands of Roll20 hours, and like none of them are playing. They're just like all fucking.
At least half are playing. At least half.
Half. Okay.
I play a lot.
Yeah, sure.
But also like, I feel like this is a game in particular that I accidentally leave on in the background a lot. I don't know why.
It's because it's a beautiful map. It's got some ambient, fucking awesome stuff. All right. Anyway, it is 8:05, so let's hold that thought until 4 hours from now or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it together, don't.
I know.
Start the game.
So, is anybody here watching this stream? Like, are you like cheating right now? I don't know if it's
no.
Okay, good. So you're not gonna.
I mean, we can't exactly see a whole lot anyway.
You're not gonna see this thing.
What thing? Tell us.
Now I gotta see the stream. That's loud.
Okay. So you didn't see any of that. So, poo poo on you.
Uh-oh.
So, alright. So, on the last episode of Dungeons and Dragons, after escaping Sood and finding a broken Derek and Dalen and Kid,
seen that broken.
Boy,
you were able to trek through a few days of desert to the town of Barid. Having a little bit of a reprieve and getting to relax, waiting for Felix to finally come to consciousness, and preparing what next to do on your journey. There was a few friends met, a few friends departed with, and
I never rolled for HP.
and he never rolled for HP. And where we left off,
there's no justice.
Securing a caravan with a nat 20, and essentially getting all the materials you need to trek down to Biba and take the ferry over to Mod. So,
By 100 arrows.
with that, I leave it to you. So, you hear the sounds of footsteps going back and forth. There are still people kind of hurriedly packing the carts for this caravan that you're guarding. But essentially, most people are leaving you alone. You see the other couple of guards are just they're just looking around. They're not actually helping. They're just like standing there and leaning on a wall.
And if they're not required to help, they don't have. So, are we currently packing or are we currently packed?
I'm saying you're packed, and the word about ready to go.
Okay.
But just like what? Because I don't want to spend like a bunch of packing time. So yeah. So if there's anything you want that's from like the normal book, like if you're like, oh, I need some rope, I need some like whatever. If you need rations,
I am buying arrows because I got low. I'm buying 100 arrows.
Okay. So whatever the value in the book is, you just add it to your inventory, call it a day. So the only exception would be like healing potions because they're not super common. Like this is low magic. So if you do want to search for it, then I'll have you roll.
How much are arrows? Where's the price?
However much they say.
They don't.
I don't remember. I don't think they're particularly expensive though.
You can just Google it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hear like the to and fro of like people just packing. There's quite a few of tanned figures with their sleeves rolled way up, just sweating their asses off. They're kind of unloading. Where you are right now is outside of some sort of staging area. It's like kind of like a warehouse, but it's not like the biggest warehouse, right? But they're just loading crates. There's some crates. There's some barrels of various sizes. And they're kind of packing in. There's 2 carts that are larger, and they're just like, they finish the first one, they throw a couple of tarps over it, and then they're, maybe a third or a half of the way down the second one. So, as you guys you're coming in and you're seeing all this, one of the guards kind of breaks off from where he's leaning against the wall. He comes over and, hey, haven't seen you here before. Couple of new faces.
Is he talking to all of us or just one of us in particular?
No, just all of you. He's just talking to all of you as you guys, assumingly staying in the same place. You're all kind of arriving in one group. He waits a few minutes. You can see like they're kind of eyeballing you before until they realize that you're somehow part of the show that's going on, and then he steps over and he makes this introduction.
Did we establish our passage yet, or?
Yes,
Because
that's
I thought
all.
we did.
That's the whole thing. Is we established the passage, right? You're going to guard this caravan and take it down to Biba. And they're gonna pay you.
Right.
You have never seen us before because we've never been here before. So it makes sense.
Yeah, we're travelers from kind of all over. I think.
I say that blatantly sarcastically. Like, you wouldn't have. We've never been here. We've never been here before. Of course, you haven't seen us before. So I said blatantly sarcastic, and then go back to packing or whatever. Walk up on me like that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And he looks over to you, Harold. Came here from all over, you said. Like where?
Yes, I'm from Nordvinden, far to the north, but I think Edmund's a native. I'm not sure about Makoso or Felix.
Edmund.
The Elvish one.
And he's pointing to and fro. Yeah, Makoso, and he points over to Felix.
No, Felix is the small one. Makoto is the human,
Uh,
the other human.
Edmund shakes his
Right.
head like,
Makoso is busying himself packing. This person isn't worth his time.
"Ooh, he's giving out all our information."
Well, say, Norvinden's quite a hole.
It's something, especially now.
Well, now you're here. Welcome. Welcome to...
Yeah, hopefully to greener pastures. Although, not a whole lot of grass here.
Not a whole lot of pastures for sure. From Englad. You ever been there?
Heard of it. We get some travelers from there in Nordvinden sometimes,
Well,
but I haven't been.
it's a nice place if you ever travel.
Look into it someday. I haven't been home in a long time.
Why don't you two get a room already?
Is your friend always this much of a dick?
I would like to say he isn't, but I don't really know.
You'd be lying.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, good luck. Stay sharp out there.
Mhm.
He kind of gives
You
you
too.
like a bro like on the shoulder, and he walks away. He hawks like a big loogie and just goes up and leans against the
So-
wall next to the other one.
This guy is another guard.
Yes, there's like one of the two that was just like leaning against the wall and just watching the procession of people packing.
How is he armed?
Yeah, he's got 2 arms, 2 muscled arms.
Boo.
You suck.
Yeah. So he seems to be in chainmail. He's definitely armored. He carries himself like he might know what he's doing. He's got like a falchion, and he also has like a small buckler. It's a kind of like a lighter buckler. Has like a point on it.
Big dick energy. I see. I nudge Harold. Ah, there you go. Seems someone is hitting on you. Yes.
As he walks off, I go, "You have the armaments of a seaman. I think we'll survive quite fine here."
And he's like, yep. And that's all he says. He keeps walking.
Yeah.
In character, Edmund chuckles like smooth.
Like there's that second of like he almost like coughs up. He doesn't. It's not like he took a drink and coughed it up, but like if he had a drink, he would have. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's that
Yeah, I mean,
moment of
I mean-
like, our,
I mean, Harold just commented on the sword, but people take things how they will.
You have the arms of a seaman.
No, the armaments, like
The armaments
his sword
of a
and
seaman.
shield.
oh man, I have the ornaments of a fucking seaman. I like seamen.
A nice strong swimmer. You look
Maybe-
like a nice.
Maybe it came off not like I was intending, but
So after an awkward couple of moments of everyone harassing Harold, you see one of the kind of like bulkier of the like the workers. He comes in, he's like, ugh, ugh. He's kind of struggling a little bit, and he's like, ugh, 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 and he like throws this last crate up on. It's just like, as the wheels kind of sink a little bit, and you hear like a.
that's
he
heavy
kinda
cargo for a
yeah, he like
caravan.
wipes his brow and he's like, oh. That is it.
It's heavy cargo for a caravan. What exactly is it?
He kind of comes up and he looks at you. Things to guard. It is all
Makes
you need
sense.
to know.
It's reasonable.
And with that, he kind of he has his shirt kind of draped over the side of the caravan. He like pulls it up and like puts it over his shoulder, and then like walks into this warehouse thing. You can see now, like the guards kind of pick themselves up, and they begin to like walk closer, like they're starting to get into formation. And some people, are like coming and they're getting up on I don't want to say the saddle, but the like the carriage seat, if you will, of these caravans. People are definitely mobilizing at this point.
Mobile suit gunner.
Yeah, so at this point, everybody mobilizes, and there's a couple of hand signals, and then whoopsh, as everything starts to move.
That was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Pop in there. I'll give you that. It was tight.
Thanks. So because you're on a road, even though it's still kind of the desert, it's not like pavement, but you're on a caravan, it's a little safer. You're on a road. I'll say you guys can move 4. That's like the normal rate. So as long as you don't move off the road, you can move that. So I will still, however, have you make your D6 checks. So we'll start with in order. So Edmund, Makoso, Felix, Harold.
So we're gonna get attacked by the lady of the wood, right?
Oh well, there's
She's
no
very-
woods. There's
The
no
wood
woods
in the
here.
desert.
Yeah, but
She's very-
maybe she's on vacation.
The lady of the cacti.
Pretty sure I froze her and cut her in half.
And
I wasn't there.
and then I stabbed her. So I mean,
You can
it
always
was a joint effort.
I have the whole thing. That's the beauty. I have that whole campaign saved. If I ever am like, you know what?
Let's play that again.
Yeah. So,
The exact same thing. Just do everything in order.
all right.
I
So
would
that.
bring back Throm just to kill her again.
So
Edmund, roll 6.
1d6, brother man.
Get us killed.
Trying to. Sorry, my laptop's moving a little bit slow.
Sorry. So we're gonna speed up. Makoso,
Great.
Felix, Harold, everybody roll a d6.
Well, everybody knows I'm the best at rolling a 6. Oh.
Boom, boom, boom. Yay! Okay. So
I'm
you make it
eventful.
through the first day. Finally, you get to a point where it's starting to get a little more hillier. You crest over the top of one of these hills, and you can see the land kind of goes from desert to a little bit of crackly earth, and then to more of like trying to think of how to put it, but I'm trying to think of the word that you call it. Fuck.
Clay?
But like in the Sahara, where there's like the like flatlands and it's actually like grassy, I'm trying to think of what you would call it. But anyway, you can see there's actually some vegetation and stuff like that. It's starting to get into that. So you come down over that and kind of nestle in between these two hills. Kind of protected a little bit from the elements, and that's where everybody sets up camp. So over the course of that, rations are distributed. You guys get plenty of rest. There's water and everything. Like the whole thing was they're going to pay you, but they're also going to provide the rations and everything as well.
Yeah,
So
Too easy.
almost like
deal.
we're campaigning again, but doesn't go so well. So
yeah. So yeah, day 2. So we'll just you don't roll when you get into town, so 3. Just Edmund, Makoso, Felix.
roll a 6.
Roll a 6. And is he dead? He died.
Okay, so Harold, roll 1.
Sure.
That'll be
6.
for Ed.
Damn it.
Ugh,
Okay, yay.
uneventful.
All right, so it's just about a perfect 2 days. So it's past supper time, if you will. The sun is starting to crest over. There's like a beautiful sort of like violet and pink in the sky, and as you come in to this kind of larger town,
Yeah, it's
Biba,
in ruins, right?
of Biba. Yeah, it's completely in ruins.
Oh, cry.
As you slowly ride into Biba, you can see the activity And even from here, because it's almost like when you're entering is almost like the top of a hill, and then it's almost like this town is on a giant slope down to the river. So like cresting onto the top of it, you see down, and you can see just the docks are completely alive. They're still working hard. You can see the streets. Everybody's going here and there, hustle bustle. Everybody seems to have a purpose and very high energy. So coming into the town, you see the guards that are in the front. They step up. They talk to the other guards. There seems to be some sort of like familiarity there, which they let them in. They let them pass, and you guys, come in. The caravan is kind of guided over to another warehouse that's in the docks. And as you're kind of like walking all the way down, you see all these people. They're not really giving you guys much mind, but you're starting to get a little bit of a layout of the city. It's kind of like one main dash down to the river, and then all the streets kind of like grow off of that one main street. It's like one really wide main street, and then they're all varying. Like some are like skinny streets, some are like fat streets, whatnot. So caravan kind of pulls up to this warehouse where some other people begin discussing, and the goods begin to be unloaded into this warehouse. So one of the gentlemen comes over to you, and he rifles through a pouch that he has and gives you guys, because I told you what it was going to be. It was 2 days. So he gives you 16. He counts out 16 silver pieces. He puts 4 in each of your hands. It was a pleasure doing business with you. If you ever wish to protect more, perhaps you can prove yourselves a bit. You look sturdy, but you never know. And, well, you never know. There may be more business in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And he goes through each one of you like with the same expression. Thank you. And he does like a head bow, and
hopefully next time we'll be on some more interesting roads.
hopefully. There's always goods that need to go eastwards, and even perhaps westwards.
Leaving the caravan.
Does the caravan's the cover, does it match the color of the desert?
The cover being like the tarps that were on it?
Yeah.
No, it's actually the exact opposite. They're like brightly colored textiles. They're like big blankets essentially that got thrown over.
Then as he thanks me, I comment, you may want to change your tarps to something less obvious. Maybe you won't need as many guards.
It is
A brilliant target.
It is not uncommon for us to travel these roads, and let us just say it is not always the sort of haul we had this time around. So it is okay, friend. We are confident. We've been running these roads for quite a while, but I always appreciate suggestion. So thank you.
I got a question.
Yes.
Sorry, I was on a call, so I missed being able to do this. But I was hoping to, at nighttime or something, cast Pass Without a Trace on myself and attempt to look in the inventory that they have.
No, don't fucking do that. Never. Okay. So you wanted to do what? You wanted to do that like when you got a call and like when you guys camped for the night?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'll retcon it. I'll give you this one. Go ahead and just make a stealth check with it. So wait till everybody's gone to sleep. Yeah.
I'm actually pretty curious
Sure thing.
about what they have in
Is
there.
Is that with the plus 10?
It's plus 10,
is
29.
on top of that, so it's yeah, so it's
Is
a
it
28.
29?
Yeah. Oh, 28.
So yeah, no, absolutely. So you peek in, just because I'll say because the goods are very closely watched, so I'll say you can peek in one. So there's various containers. There's, I'll just give you four. There's big and small crates, or there's big and small like barrels.
You asked which one I want to look in.
Yeah, just like I will say, like you have enough time to like pick open like one of them. But
I'll go for the big crates.
Okay, so you crack open the crate. There seems to be, at first glance, you're like, oh, what is it? There's like a little bit of I'm trying to think, like a protective cloth, sort of. You peel it back, and there's just like a pile of what looks like some rocks. Looks to be some sort of ores of some kind. Go ahead and do like just do like a nature check. I think like a nature check. See if you can tell like what sort of ore it is.
Fuck. Sure.
Transporting goods from mining contracts.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So you believe this is silver ore?
And a lot of it, apparently.
Correct.
Okay. Fast forward. That's done. I just wanted to check and see what was in there.
Yep.
There was something different than I thought was in there, but I'll keep it noted that there's. Okay.
It's a good idea. I was also curious, but nobody would fucking tell me, apparently, so.
Yeah, just
I'm not sneaky.
gotta sneak in that shit.
So back to present. He thanks you all, and then you see as the last of the goods are kind of carted into this this other warehouse now. So the streets are beginning to thin somewhat now as the sun kind of crests over, and you can already kind of hear the dock scene is still alive and kicking. You can see a bunch of people starting to flock to various what you can assume to be drinking establishments, and there are that you still see there are like lanterns down like a large strip on the base at like the edge of the river to guide in these carts that are still going. Perhaps they have actually, Edmund, you would probably know just from living in this sort of region. Perhaps Felix, I tried to ask you earlier how long you were in mod.
I had a response typed out, but for some reason it did not send through.
Are we in mod right now, or are we in?
No,
We're across the river.
you're in Biba across the river.
Okay.
I've been in mod for like in and out 20 years.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll give you access. There's a document that has like all the finer details of mod.
Okay.
So
We should know each other because I've been here for like 20 years too.
well, it's a huge fucking city. So Anyway.
Black women. Mhm.
across the river, you can see like the lights standing out on the horizon of mod, and you can see here as well. There seems to be like a 24-hour shift. Like there's just shit constantly coming down the river. You guys know this is like the lifeline, right, of the area. This is where all the trade happens. So.
Also, just something to put out there for a detailed note from the other people. Ever since we got into this larger town, from the moment we went into Biba, Harold looks happier. He has a big smile on his face. He just seems to enjoy the atmosphere of civilization.
He enjoys the seamen
Ah.
at the docks.
I would have you make an insight check. We were the DM.
I know it is truth.
Contrasting with that, this is like the biggest place we've been, right?
Basically,
Yes.
so far.
Yeah. Makoso's like mildly uncomfortable. This many people are not meant to be gathered in one place. He's gonna have fun when we cross the river.
So many people.
So as you guys are kind of like huddled in this kind of awkward, confused group, like where are we going next? You see just like this one super portly dude. He has no shirt on. He's got like cotton pants, no shoes, and he's just like fucking careening through the street. It's just like, you know how power walkers that can do that like faster than normal people can run. He's kind of like that. He's like power walking. But anyway,
Swinging his arms like a jerk.
so anyway, yeah. So he just kind of like poof, he plows into you guys. Oi, watch where you going.
You fucker.
When he's not looking, I'm going to use my mage hand and slap him in the back of the head when he's not right next to us.
Like how far away?
Probably like 10 feet or so.
Oh, does he just blow past us?
Yeah, he crashes into you and he's like, you know, watch where you're going, and then he just like keeps going.
I give him
He
a slap
does-
in the head and I turn around the other direction.
I also like thorn whip him and like whip him on his rear end. So we like at the same time he goes high, I go low, and then we both just turn around.
I sacred foot. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so as he kind of like, he stumbles forward ever so slightly, and when he rips around, you can see his face is just like beet red, and he's kind of like swaying a little bit, and Oi,
Whistling and rocking.
you want to go, do you? Come on, I'll go.
Everyone turned
I'll
away.
go a few rounds with you. Oh, oh,
I'm
and he's like stumbling a little bit.
That's not a good idea, sir. I wouldn't recommend that. There's 4 of us.
What, are you scared? Come on.
No, I'm scared for you. I mean, not a good idea.
Don't you worry about me.
Does he attack us, or does he just walk away?
No, he's like putting up the fisticuffs. He's like, come on.
Harold
Sure,
just
you're
kind
kind
of
of
just kind of looks at
weirding me
Mikoso.
out.
He looks
He's drawing
like,
closer.
Harold looks at Mikoso with a weird, confused look on his face.
Mikoso has not looked at Harold to see that because his eyes have not left this man who is threatening them. He is not a threat, but he is threatening. So
he draws closer. He was only like 10 feet away, so he's like, come on.
Mikoso just
I dropped that in front of him. Just like
walks towards him. Oh, what? You're gonna? Oh my god! Never mind.
Hold
don't you threaten me.
Casting time is 1 minute.
Wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably you don't
my-
want to use that.
Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Mikoso walks up with his shield out, and is just gonna try to push him away.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
It's like shoved strength or athletics.
Just strength. Just do strength.
Okay. Boop a doop a doo.
Oh, that was super poor. That's what you get for being
Strength.
drunk. Aha! You push, and he actually pushes you back a few inches.
I cast Guiding Bolt. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
Just murder him in the middle of the town. We gotta
Fireball.
Damn.
Well, come
Man.
on.
I'm proficient in my shield. Can I have my proficiency bonus?
No.
for that?
Nope.
Aw, this sucks.
There is actually a
I'm
feat
getting
you can
shown
take.
up by this guy.
There's a feat you can take for this exact situation.
Yeah, shield master, right?
That's
Yeah.
not going to help you with strength.
Well, yeah, but it's basically made to be able to push people with your shield,
I thought you
which
just
is what
said
he's
it.
doing.
Yeah, with an attack roll, you can knock people prone. The bonus action, and there's other things.
Which,
But
yeah,
Are there any guards around that we can see?
there are guards around.
Do
I
they
want-
see
none of
the
them
I
have
want,
terror?
I want to like
None of them have really. They haven't really noticed yet. Like this is all.
I want
kind
to
of
dramatically just loudly say, "Oh no, this man is attacking us. What are you doing, sir?" Why am I like arms are folded and I'm like just dramatically like standing back? Why are you assaulting us, travelers coming to be? Is this the introduction that we get in the city? We get just loudly.
You started it. You started it. They
why
started
are
it.
you-
As you
why are
see the guards kind of like coming over. Aye.
Why are you accosting us, sir? We're just trying to be humble travelers, and you come and you disrespect us like this.
He's
For
kind of
sure.
like flailing around. It's like, "Hey, no, come on!" Hey. As
Sir.
they drag him off, one of the guards kind of comes over. I'm so sorry.
I give him a bow. Thank you very much for
Did
your help.
he hurt you in any way?
I don't think he was a problem for any of us.
Just
There-
frightened a little bit.
He inspects. Did he draw any blood?
No. He tried, but no.
Are you sure?
Yes.
He looks over. Okay.
Yes.
There are indignant drunkards everywhere. I know. I am one.
Well, you better
It happens to the best of us.
keep your wits if you drink.
Just look at Harold. Thank you very much, guard, for helping us in this situation.
Of course. Have a nice evening. And he gives you like a grand kind of gesture back.
I
He calls
bow.
over. He did not draw blood. He does not hang. Put him in the cell.
Oh shit.
Should have cut myself.
Mokoso actually nods enthusiastically. You cannot allow your people to rampage around the streets uncontrolled like that.
Harold just kind of like arches his head, or what I'm trying to say, like nods his head to the
Arches his-
side, confused.
Oh, you got
Little
the head
bit.
tilt.
Yeah, he just kind of tilts his head, confused. It's like he doesn't disapprove, but it's like, geez, that seems harsh. He's not mad, but it's like, wow, okay.
Seems like an appropriate punishment. We should move on.
Yes. Let's go find a place to stay.
Yeah. I mean, it's late, right? It's like evening.
Yeah, it's probably roughly 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Now, would there be
We
guild here?
Would there what here?
be guilds.
Guild here.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I can find us some food and lodging.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and
Good.
just do an investigation check just to see how long it takes. I mean, how long have you been? You've been in mod for years, right?
Like 20 years.
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
over-
fine.
I'm open.
Yeah,
I'm
I would say
open
just
years.
this is like bordering mod. There's a lot of shit that goes through Biba, so I would say you're fine. So you go to one of your old contacts, and yeah, so he lets you stay. I'm trying to remember. You did the coffee thing, right?
Tea?
The tea/smoothie thing, yes.
Tea, smoothie, coffee, stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't really have a huge volume of goods, but you still have to import some stuff. I would assume.
Very specific. Yeah. More so very specific specialized goods that are
Right.
more hard and exotic to find rather than a lot of it.
I assume like exotic spices and stuff, like cinnamons and nutmegs and like weird, like good earthy
Yeah.
stuff that you put in tea and blah blah blah. So,
Mhm.
sure, yeah. So we'll say that sort of vendor. That's your contact.
And we have some really good tea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he would offer you tea. You have food and lodging, right? And everything's paid for.
Yeah.
So
That's a crazy good thing. That's from your background, I guess, right?
Yeah, guild artisan background.
That's pretty cool. Also, I don't think we can hear Rick.
Huh?
Yeah, he's probably.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
There you go.
You did.
Sorry.
I
Brought
just
him
thought
back.
you were in the call.
Was it roboty or was it?
I
It's
just couldn't.
non-existent.
I just legitimately could not hear you for some reason. But it's okay now.
Gotcha.
So as you're staying, you're having a fine evening. You guys are kind of trading stories of what's happened since you guys last met. You see a very kind of regal-looking tiefling. Kind of like the stereotypical, like it's red, like the big kind of goat horns that like curl in sort of on itself. There's like little baubles hanging from the horns. You recognize this figure, Prismius. He is a kind of like upper level sort of like guild leader. He's got like really fine silk pants on and like a nice kind of like hold on. Okay, that was the music. I heard a beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, is someone's fire alarm going off?
Yeah, I heard that
Yeah,
too.
I was like, wait, are we all gonna die right now? No. Okay. Anyway, so he's got like nice silk pants on, and he's got like a really fancy and adorned looking like silk shirt that's like tucked in. He's like adorned like 2 or 3 inches up on each wrist with all sorts of like baubles and various chains and whatnot, rings, things like that.
Does he walk over to us?
Yeah, he walks over to you. He kind of like eyes you like, I know you from somewhere, but
Would it be somebody I recognize?
it is someone you recognize. You recognize him as kind of a powerful like trading merchant in these parts. He's kind of like the head of a trading guild. And again, you guys kind of like lock eyes for a second. It's like, oh, why do I know you? Huh. And then brushes it off and sits next to you. I do believe we may have met before. No?
Can't
See
hear
what
you,
this-
Rick.
See a lot of faces.
Says you can't hear me.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you. If you were
Now we can.
Now we can.
You know what? I think I know what it is. Because of how my charger is, I think I'm holding my finger over my mic. Like, you know how you kind of hold your pinky at the bottom of your phone?
Yeah.
I think I was covering my mic up. That's what it was. Okay. I gotta remember to hold it in my other hand. So what does he say?
Is he just addressing Edmund or all of us?
He's just addressing Edmund. It seems like
Okay.
he locks eyes with Edmund for a second, and then, like, I think I know you, and essentially he proceeded to say, "You look familiar.
Dylan?
I think I know you." Did you hear that? No. Hello.
Rick. Rick. He's dead.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know you. And then he walks away.
No.
No,
He,
No.
he casts whatever his most damaging spell directly at the person, I think. Like, maybe produce flame or something.
Sick. Let's do it.
Just instantly kills him.
So, just
Well-
because, for the sake of moving on, I guess.
We can go back to it.
Yeah.
I mean, we already retconned specifically for that conversation.
Yeah.
It didn't even happen, so... Okay.
Wait, Rick?
How are we retconning for this conversation?
Because
I
we talked about the fact that we get to stay
I heard
there
Rick.
for
Yeah.
free for the night, food and drink, and then we went back to when we first met him. It was weird. But yeah.
Okay.
Rick.
Sorry. I had to exit out of everything and come back in. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, you're here. That's what's important.
So what
All right, are you here for?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I am. Hopefully, I don't have to restart my phone.
So, good.
For now.
Okay. Let's try again.
Okay.
So you guys lock eyes for a second. Both kind of like I think I recognize you. You recognize him as Prismius. He's a leader of a trading company, and he sits down and essentially says, "Do I know you from somewhere? You seem very familiar." And he's like, "No, yes."
Maybe. I believe we've had some business dealings with you.
Perhaps there's many faces that I deal with. Just wondering, do you trade? What do you trade in?
Mostly teas and spices. Things
Teas
to
and
go
spices.
into.
Teas and spices. Okay. I've done some. Of course, I've done it all. I know
do
you.
only.
You own a business, do you not? I believe.
Yes, I
You
do.
do not just trade. You actually service. You actually produce.
Yes. I own a small business in the mart called. What did I call it?
Moonbox.
I think I changed it to. I think I changed it to Berry Tea. So like Berry as in Berry, Berry as in Beary. Because sometimes I would like come out as a bear serving a tray on like my back or nose or something. As a kid, I called it Berry Tea. That's what it was.
Hey, I remember. Yes. The berry tea shop. Yes. Whatever it was, right? Bear tea. Berry tea. The tea bear.
Yeah.
Something.
Berry
Yes.
Tea.
Sure, yes, the tea. The tea, yes. Well, it is very nice to see you again. Of course. Yes,
Berry.
it was good.
She was-
And he kind of gets up and like pats you on the shoulder and just like walks off.
Can I do an insight check on him? That was fucking weird.
Sure, go ahead.
He secretly wants to murder us all. He's the actual villain of the campaign.
He's the bad.
I mean, he's a tiefling for a reason. No, I'm kidding.
Ooh.
No, he seems like he's friendly. I mean, he seems like he's just like always got that face on. You know what I mean? Like that social face. You know, for any because
Sure.
like thinking back on any other times you've seen him or had dealings with him, he's always got like a very bright and like charismatic smile on. So it was probably just him being like, "Oh, I think I recognize you." Okay, and then
Don't trust him.
you do.
I don't
You-
distrust him.
Whatever you feel is right.
Distrust him. Huh, that was weird. It was weird, but nice fellow, I guess. That I say out loud to the party.
Yeah. I mean, he's offering us room and board. I think he can be trusted, at least as far as that goes.
Is he the one offering us room and board?
Yes.
No, it's actually so he was there. Sorry.
Oh.
It didn't play out exactly how I was imagining because you like disconnected and like everything got all
Yeah.
jumbled up. So as you're kind of like, oh, that was weird, and like you're telling them about it, he seems nice, stuff like that. You hear like a er-ee as a dude comes out like washing a cup, and he sets it down on the counter. Yeah, he's a bit fucking weird, isn't he?
Yes, just a little.
And the guy you're talking to, that is
Who is
that
this guy?
That is like your actual contact.
Yeah. Damn, I know.
Is this guy as dressed up as the tiefling?
No.
You get some
He wears his
Interesting
wealth on his
people.
sleeve.
interesting people in the merchant's trade.
You all
I don't trust
traders?
anyone that wears a wealth like that.
Not a trader, but a guard in the past several times. Worked with a couple different people.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Friend of Edmund's a friend of mine. Kind of like claps you on the shoulder.
Yeah, acquaintances.
Yeah.
Okay, jokingly, but
Acquaintances.
yeah. Give him a smile.
And it's been a while. Oh, one. And he kind of goes back into the back room and he comes out carrying, he's got a couple of containers of spices. Interested?
Unfortunately, I've been in the swamp for the past few weeks. I am low on funds, so don't have much to trade right now.
All right.
Unless Apple.
And he's gone.
No?
Yeah, we missed half that sentence.
He pulls out his
Leg gas.
wallet. Pulls out his wallet.
I don't.
What did you guys
know.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, now.
Yup.
Now we can.
Oh, I said I pull out those 13 weird gold coins that I found in the ruins.
Hey. Huh. Fuck is this?
I pull out one of them. I don't pull all 13 of them out. But
Where'd you get
I mean,
this?
Looks like money of some kind.
it
Where the
was we went a bit of rune diving and found this in one of the runes up in the suit.
He like bites it. He's inspecting it. What do I do with it? I mean,
Smelt it? I don't know. Maybe it is valuable as an ancient relic.
he kind of like weighs it in his hand against like another coin, and just at least the weight checks out. But sure, and he slides it your way. Well, I always know where to find you if not, right?
Yeah, that is true.
Plus, you never fucked me in the past, so ha. There's always that.
Not then you didn't want it, yes? Give him a wink.
He kind of looks around nervously at the other friends and he goes back to wiping the glass and just like walks back into the back room.
I love making him feel awkward. So, eat up, drink up, and we will plan our next move. And we plan at dawn. No?
Hopefully.
Pretty
Dude, I get it. Yeah, I
Okay.
get it. But hopefully, getting closer into mod, we can start making some money. I'm thinking of ways that I can apply my business skills to this area, but it's very different than what I'm used to.
Well, if it helps, I do have a small portable store. You can sell your wares out of there.
Yes, tools and
I don't actually know what you sell, so I say wares, like warely wares.
yes, tea and healing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
This is the most hippie tea shop. Just
Buy your tea and get your cure wounds.
yeah, it's like tea and like crystal healings. Yeah, just wear this crystal necklace, bro. You. I swear that tomorrow morning you won't have bad dreams. Chocolate.
There's one really, really white elf that comes up. Hi, do you do Reiki?
Right. He has like dreadlocks, like really matted,
Yes.
just like the white elf dreadlocks. Like gross. Anyway, the tangents.
Yeah.
But I do make that offer to Harold. so he doesn't have to like sit in the middle
It-
of the street.
It's something I can take into account. I mean, also I could work with some herbal remedies, but need money for supplies. Need money to make money.
That is the nature of business. So,
Which at the moment Harold is not doing great financially. So
those arrows cost me the rest of my gold to sell.
Yeah, they did.
because I have an herbalism kit, but it's like 10 gold to get ingredients to make healing potions, right?
I'm a bunch of
It's
silver.
I think it's half. I think it's 25 gold worth of stuff. There's ingredients, and then
Jeez.
there's making it. It specifically says
Yeah.
it's half the cost. So it's I think
Yeah.
it's 50 for a normal healing potion, and it's like 25 to make it.
Yeah.
To make
Yeah.
It's 170 silver, 17 gold.
170. Yeah, 170 is 17 gold.
Oh, okay, I got some gold.
I have
silver. Enough silver to have gold.
I have 17 silver and 3 gold. I had 5 gold starting out.
Spent that money. Sweet. So I guess while we sit here and eat and drink, I'm going to restart my phone and make sure that Discord is working better.
That's a good idea. And
All right.
While we're-
Absolutely.
Harold basically drinks as much as they're willing to give him. As many drinks as they feed him, he finishes.
Yeah, so you see who you find out his name is Kurthalon, the Dragonborn. He cuts you off very quickly. I'm just seeing
Yeah.
how much you begin to down. He mysteriously stops coming out with more.
Yeah.
And never returns.
That's reasonable.
But you,
Harold's
know,
not
you
gonna.
get a
Harold's not
couple.
mad.
You get a couple of drinks in you before the gratuity runs a little stale.
And Harold doesn't even seem that phased by it. You get the sense that ale and mead come like water to him.
All right. Anything else
Does he
anybody's looking to do this evening?
Does he bring meat? Does he bring me drinks too?
Yeah, he's like bringing anybody who wants a drink, like he's being a good host. It's just he cuts it off. Once enough is enough. He's,
Yeah.
he's done.
I have one that I pass over to Harold. Mikoso isn't really a drinker.
Nice.
All right.
Harold takes whatever he can get.
Mm-hmm.
Good. He's gonna need it to sleep.
What are we doing? Drink?
Oof.
Drinking.
Yeah, but got cut off because Harold's a drunk.
Well, Harold got cut off. Mikoso is giving him his drinks.
Yes. Where's Felix?
Yeah, seriously, what is
Where's
Felix
Felix?
doing?
Like hanging out in the background here.
I was gonna say because the last time.
Harold
There
is
was drinking
unconscious in
involved?
his class.
Mm-hmm. What? Edmund's special family brew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Felix doesn't drink anything that is even remotely related to Edmund.
Well, at least he learned.
You know what to tell me?
Yeah.
All right, there, man, baby. Yeah. So what are you guys doing for the rest of the evening?
Man, baby.
Probably just hanging out.
I'll
this
mention
party-
everybody that silver ore that was in the
Huh.
that was in the caravan last time.
Explains why it was so heavy.
Explains why they wanted guards.
This is true. Do you think we should?
Any significance to the silver ore? If there's like any reason that it's being shipped around other than like normal resources?
I don't know.
I mean,
That
Not
makes
that we know of. But there are
Actually-
silver pieces.
Yeah,
I can just ask what's his face. What is the guy who we're staying with? What's his name?
Kurthalon.
Crithalon?
Kurthalon the Dragonborn.
Kurthalon, the Dragonborn.
Kurthalon. I'm gonna ask. I'll bring it up to him and ask him if he
knows if silver is of any significance in this area.
like a large amount of it.
Jeez, Jared.
No more than any other precious metal.
Jeez.
I mean, I'd love to have a shipment of silver that big.
Yeah, currency. I mean, ores used to imprint currency are always good. Well protected, too. Which is why we got paid.
Well,
How much
whoop-de-doo.
did we,
Good for
how
you,
much did we get?
Edmund's friend. Likes to drink. A lot.
Harold, by the way. And,
Nice to meet you. And he points out, you can see he has like a really large map with like certain marks on it, probably trade routes or whatever. Little notes, comments, whatever. There's the fire alarm again. And
why is it in there?
he points over here
Wait,
as he's
Hold
saying,
on.
if you guys can see this.
hold on. Okay, do it again. I see it. Okay.
Ooh, I see it.
And so he points
is
over
it?
there. It's probably shipment coming from here, I guess. They like to, they like to swap who brings it, so no one ever knows. But well,
Multiple companies.
looks like you were on the lucky few that got to bring it this time.
Interesting.
How much did we get paid for that, by the way?
4 silvers apiece.
Yeah, 4 silver each. two silver a day per person.
I also want to do. I want to pull out my bow. That I took,
And
And
shoot
a
him in the
scimitar.
head.
that I took from the Snake Man and see. Do you know of any large shipments of weapons like this being shipped or traded?
They seem mass-produced, no marks.
Mm,
We've
Yeah,
been
Makosa lays a scimitar out as well.
we've been chronicling about it for a while now. Very strange.
may I? And he kind of like gestures over so he can take a look.
Yeah.
So he
Makosa
takes
would.
the bow
oh.
and he kind of like looks at it up and down. Looks like it's pretty well made. Yeah. Tell though the wood's not from around here.
There's not.
And he picks up the scimitar. He takes a good look. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. Did you find a bunch of these or just this?
It appears that they applied to let's say a band of bandits up in Sud. There are a lot of them.
Where?
It'd be weird to see bandits with weaponry this good. Yes.
Yeah, but no, where? Show me. He points to the map.
Oh,
Hey,
I'll play
if there's
and
anything,
I'll-
anything going on with bandits, I would like to know. Show me where they are.
I ping all 3 towns. Boom. Or 4 actually, because I assume that this has been taken over.
Shit,
Well,
they're hitting the
I'll
whole
have to
swamp
do-
then.
I'll have to be completely honest with you. They are
Snakes.
they're not necessarily regular bandits.
Yeah, Makosa already interrupted and said snakes.
They're
Snakes.
snake men. They have teeth and poison like snakes and those
Right.
bows and swords. It sounds crazy, but we barely got out.
Fuck. It seems stranger than that. So I
Several,
mean, it's a little hard to believe, but
almost every village we came across in that swamp is no more.
well, I'd rather play safe than sorry. And you see he takes a couple of pins, and like you know how I'm trying to think on like a murder mystery or something. Like they'll put all the pins and they'll have yarn and shit. He does kind of like that.
Yeah.
He marks like the whole swamp, and starts making little comments.
Is
Well.
this the A Beautiful Mind conspiracy board?
You know, thank you. I've actually given me some value, not just drinking
They,
all of my alcohol and left. So that's a welcome change. Thank you, Edmund. Thank you.
You're welcome. They do have a liter as well, by the way.
Some
goes by
kind
the
of-
name,
Do tell. He begins
Deity.
talking. What? He goes out back real quick, and he pulls up like a little ledger, like a little trying to, like a little notebook. Sorry, that the dog is really distracting me. Whoever's dog that is.
Yeah, it's not mine, but it's the neighbor's. I'll mute myself for a second.
So anyway, he takes out this book and he starts writing down. All right, go ahead. What's the leader's name?
Everybody's muted, and I don't remember the the guy's name.
The father?
Father.
What was it?
Father.
Just father?
Just father.
The just father? Is it father? Or just
Father.
It is father.
Just father?
Father.
Was that it? Okay,
No,
just
just.
father.
Just
Father.
father.
Justin.
Father.
It seems like a deity of sorts, maybe.
All right, I can't say. Okay.
Yeah.
Father.
And
All right, sure.
also, Edmund, I haven't really had a look. Can I, or whoever has the scimitar, I haven't had a look. Can I take a closer look?
I think Kurthalon has it right now, unless he gave it back.
Yeah, he inspected it and then he put it back on the countertop.
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
like
grab
On the
it,
countertop.
and I'm gonna take a look. Given that Harold has kind of served in a lot of environments before, judging by the length of the blade, whether or not it's shorter or longer, does it look seaworthy or like it's a land sword?
Really into the suit?
Yeah, wow, this
Well,
guy sees more of a nautical sort of gent. Or-
yeah.
all right.
Very Navy-like.
Is it a
Anyway.
longer sword or a shorter sword?
It is a longer falchion.
So probably land use.
Or sorry, scimitar. It's not a falchion.
Well, it's very similar to a falchion.
I
So-
know, but it's not the same. Otherwise, it'd be the same word. So
Oh.
Got him.
Anyway.
60 burn.
And then I'm gonna give it back to whoever it belonged to and mark that mentally.
sure.
Me.
So you put it back to the countertop, and or the Makoso. Anyway, so Kurthalon, he kind of pipes up. Yeah, I can't say I've seen anything like this. Or nothing that stood out. I wasn't really looking for it, But tell you what, I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Thank you.
There
So
are
this
not
is-
many.
Stolen from these bandits. Perhaps somebody wants them back for a little reward. Yeah.
Maybe.
I've learned to shoot pretty well with it. As I look at them.
Well, of course, there's a finder's fee, right? I wouldn't expect you to give yours back, but
Well, the people who are using them aren't around to argue.
well, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can find somebody to buy them, or
Just
you what.
information with
anybody who's missing that sort of thing. I'll find them, and yeah, you bring them to me. I'll take care of them.
Very strange that they're markless. Hard to track, and not many smiths would do that willingly.
Yeah. It's,
Also,
it's
if-
strange, but
if you find the maker or whoever is selling them as well, let me know.
sure. If there's of course, if there's something in it for me. But
Always.
that's my man. Good.
So, I'm assuming this guild you refer to is what runs the businesses around here?
There's many guilds, friend. Trading guilds. There's bankers. There's tradesmen. There's you name it. It's an intricate system of.
Thieves.
Well, I find
wouldn't say-
myself to be a healer of sorts. Is there any business opportunities for that here?
I mean, good luck to you, friend. There's quite a bit of. Let's put it this way: you better be damn good at what you do.
I think I am, but I have much to learn. Part of why I came here.
Okay. Very well.
Skilled but not learned.
I can't say I know much about the medical trade. I just know that there's quite a few that are very experienced, if you will. It's a bit of what Mod's known for in this area in general. So, tutelage, sure, you can find plenty, but work, I'm not sure. I believe you need a certain documentation, things like that. Again, I'm not very versed in it, but I'm sure you can find someone in Mod.
I'll look into it. But the guilds around here, I imagine they need plenty of guards.
Some, yes. Our good friend, Prismius. Perhaps.
Good friend.
I use that term lightly. He looks at Edmund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm probably going to be looking for work for most of my time here, so if any opportunities present themselves, I would be happy to hear about it.
Of course. And if you're looking for more of an, if you want to work the docks, let me know. I can get you something.
That could be arranged. I'll think about it.
Sure. Y'all seem, except for the little one, seem capable enough. So you let me know.
Anything to shill a few coppers.
That's my man. Alright. Need me for anything else, Edmund?
No, that is it. Thank you for the lodging and the food and the information, my friend.
Of course. I'll look into it first thing tomorrow. See if I can find where these things are coming from, but tonight we rest. Had a long day of Prismius, and I need to go to sleep.
Seems tiring.
You have no idea. Good day. And at that, he kind
Good day to you.
storms off. So there's not like a whole shitload of rooms in here, but he kind of cleared out like one bigger room that was like perhaps storage, and like moved all the things to one side, so you can like there is a guest bed that he's kind of brought down here, but it's more like here's a place to sleep and it's free.
Yeah.
You may divvy it up however you choose.
That works.
With how we've been living the past couple weeks, I'm sure it's not that bad. Probably pretty alright.
All right,
Possibly.
everybody going to sleep?
Yeah.
Sort of.
After the Grythion leaves after like taking the shot at Felix, Mikoso tells Felix, I know your strength lies in other places, Half-Man. Do not take offense.
Everyone has their uses.
True. Yes.
It's not for the docks. And he like bangs on the wall. I can hear you.
We can tell.
I'm absolutely gonna take Felix to the docks first thing in the morning and try and train him. No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just gonna like levitate boxes. It'll be crazy.
Oh, it's too easy.
Mage hand.
5 pounds.
Mage hand.
5
Only that's
pounds.
5
Yeah.
Levitate though.
Mage hand.
That's
Question.
the way to-
Yes.
That. How far are we away from that warehouse?
You're really
Sure.
focused on this fucking silver, aren't
It's
you?
probably about, I don't know,
No, not the.
a quarter mile away. It's not terribly far. Quarter to a third mile away. It's not terrible.
We don't have a rogue to look into these things. I'm the closest thing we have.
Yeah.
That's how you find out secrets and intrigues. When it gets late at night, try to
Alone.
sleep. As much as I know I really shouldn't.
I mean, obviously take Harold and Makosa with you if they're 0 dexterity and heavy armor.
That's,
They,
so I'm
they
just-
can they can be a distraction. They can trip over rocks in front of the warehouse.
So don't take them with me, is what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I want to check it out, but I also don't know if I'm just leading myself on. But just in case I'm not, I'd rather.
I feel like it's pretty insignificant, but you do you.
That's what I'm
Potentially.
thinking. So. Yeah, let us know.
Unless you're intending to steal it.
Nah, I don't care to steal it. I mostly just want to see why so much. DM, is there an underlying thing going on with the silver?
He's not going to tell you.
Is there? Oh, I thought you said server. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
No. Is there an underlying thing going on with the silver?
Make an insight
don't-
check on the silver.
I don't know.
Before I waste my time.
I
I wanna.
have
you
a
do
feeling
whatever-
you're wasting your time.
You do whatever you feel Edmund would do. It is completely up to you.
Man, they're just selling silver. Silver's expensive.
I don't want to feel like I'm missing something, but I feel like I ain't.
Classic
be a
completionist.
I was gonna say, if you want to be a completionist, go ahead.
Hey!
That's what I'm feeling like. I just
Like-
want to know.
You
know what?
do whatever you feel is right, man. Either
Like,
either
is
sneak out or lay in bed. Your choice.
Like, is it evil silver?
Like whatever's in the warehouse. I want to all of it. I want to know what's in there. All of it.
You could do it if you want. I don't
I'm
know if
sneaking.
it's worth it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
You
do
do
it.
you, man.
I'm gonna.
I totally want him to get caught and have to use like every spell he has to get out of it.
Get away.
He's -1 spell. Remember that you're spell down, right? No, you snuck yesterday.
Yeah, that was
So
yeah.
never mind. So
So I
you're still
should-
good.
Okay.
Okay. You doing this thing?
Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna sneak out in the middle of the night when everyone sleeps and make my way to the warehouse.
Okay.
All right.
Are you locking the door behind you or no? Because the door right now, everything is locked up tight. Where you are.
Right. I guess yeah, the best I can.
I can't remember. Like, do they know you're leaving, or are you trying to sneak out? Like, so they don't even know.
You let any bust them?
You could tell us. We won't rat you out, probably.
Probably.
You know what? So they know where I'm at, just in case I don't go back. I'll tell Makosa where.
We wake up in the middle of the night and wake up in the morning. It's like, wait, where's Edmund?
You tell him you're gonna go break into a warehouse to look at what we delivered?
No, I tell him I'm going to go for a little walk. If I do not come back by the morning, come look for me.
It's a good idea.
Do you want me to wait up?
Nah. I should be back. But if I'm not by the morning coming, I'm probably died.
I'm probably died.
Well,
Yeah.
try not to.
Of course. Always.
And the fucking walks as Edmund go on. I'm probably dead is just a regular casual walk for him.
You're up in the swamp.
Mukosa's not staying up.
Yeah.
No, go to sleep.
Yeah, no, he is.
Harold
And then
keeps
I'll-
watch. He just watches
and
the
then
front.
I'll-
No, I'm kidding.
Then I walk away.
Harold's too used to keeping watch.
My eyes see all.
So,
Alright.
go ahead and make a stealth check.
That's without a trace.
Absolutely.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
But you just don't even make it at the front door. You just wake everyone up. You just fall on the stairs. Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice, so that's good. Yeah, so Makosa, you know that he's leaving, but it's one of those
I
things
do.
where like you couldn't tell when the end of the conversation was. So like you were expecting to like say one more thing, and you're like,
He
Edmund,
Batmaned me?
Edmund, and he's just gone. He's fucking gone.
He pulled a
Batman.
Vaxeldon.
Yeah, he's,
Jeez.
he's long gone. So, and yeah, just on a 19, yeah, so you're just fucking, you're just a ghost. Like, you begin making your way through. There are patrols of guards watching the streets. The closer you get to the docks, you do see that it's still very hustle bustle. And you know just from your personal experience, this is like a 24-hour endeavor.
Right.
You know, for the most part. So people are just like loading, unloading. Like some ships are coming in, and other ships are being kind of moved over to like a holding area. So they're kind of like out of the main way, stuff like that. So you kind of keep to the shadows, and eventually make your way. It doesn't take you very long to get to the familiar warehouse, which you can see there is must be some sort of lantern or something on inside, because you can see there's some windows that are a little bit higher up, and you can see there's just like a shimmer, some sort of light that's behind it, and you can also see it's fairly well guarded here.
Mhm.
There's about 8 guards that are stationed around this. I'm just giving you with the stealth. I assume you like go all the way around or whatever. You can see there are 8 guards on the perimeter, and just you wait about 20 minutes or so, and 2 more guards come out, and they swap with 2 other guards, like there's some sort of shift going on.
Gotcha. No problem. Are there any windows?
There are no windows that are at like eye level.
There are upper windows though.
There are upper windows, yes, which you can
Yeah,
see are
but-
kind of like cracked a little bit.
They are open, kind of.
Yeah, not like completely open, but they're like one of those windows that they like. They don't like drop down. They swivel.
Yeah. If only I could turn into a tiny creature that could fit through a window. He says sarcastically as he wild shapes into a spider,
Okay.
not a giant spider. 'Cause I feel
Are
like,
you sure?
am I sure I don't want to turn into a giant spider?
As 2 of the guards scream, one of them passes out. Okay, so you.
You ain't nothing freak.
I'll say with
No?
you again, just going off your stealth roll of awesome, because it's +10. You easily make your way over to like closer to the base of the window, like as far as you dare to go without alerting these guards as you and begin to crawl up the wall and in
And-
this cracked window.
And I keep the pass without a trace in my beast form because I can hold concentration spells.
Absolutely.
I get it.
How long does that last? Just so I know. Is it an hour?
Pass without trace or Wild
Yes.
Shape. I don't guess which one.
I think it's an hour.
I think it's an hour.
Hold on, my screen for this. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure it's an hour. Somebody else can look it up. It's in this moment. It's not important. I'm just for
Okay.
my own knowledge. I wanted to know.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, I don't plan on being here an hour. So, but yeah.
Pass without a trace is up to 1 hour.
So you crawl over the other side of the window, and you see a couple of guards. There are 4 guards sitting around a round table. They're just like playing cards, and they're drinking a little bit. That's where this lantern is kind of coming. It's like giving off a soft glow. They seem to be definitely fucked up. They're drinking. They're having a good time. They're like a little bit rowdy, but they're trying not to disturb. You can see that there is one other guard that's kind of like just in a cot, like on the edge of the light. They have cots. Most of them are empty. And then what you can see, because it's a fairly large warehouse, you can see the crates that got stacked up is kind of where they're playing cards. It's like adjacent to that, but the warehouse goes on. And from what you can see, there are a couple lanterns like further down. It appears to be just like a bunch of fucking crates and boxes and all sorts of stuff. And then someone squished the spider.
And the elf forms outside of their body. The spider has squished turned into a human being. I have a question.
Yep.
About locate object.
All right.
So it says alternatively, the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as a certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, tool, or weapon, so on and so forth.
Okay.
So if I have to, be able to describe what it is that I'm trying to find, outside of trying to find a specific object. If I don't know it specifically, describe it the best that I can locate. In this case, if I wanted to locate that specific scimitar or bow,
So
would you allow?
yeah. So you choose like one or the other. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Scimitar,
it doesn't
scimitar or bow.
Yeah, and it'd be within 1,000 feet. I don't know how big warehouse is, but I'm no man.
Okay, 1,000-foot radius.
1,000 within 1,000 feet of as long as the object is within 1,000.
Feet of you, which is radius, so that's fucking huge. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So,
I'm not gonna do it yet because I can't do it in spider
I
form.
was just gonna
but
say you can't do it in spider form. That's exactly what I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say.
I'm gonna crawl to the most centralized point that I can, and try to find a spot to where I can come out of wild shape and cast my spell. I just want to look for a spotlight,
Okay,
a shadow.
no problem. I think spiders have dark vision anyway, so
I believe that.
you kind of crawl up on the ceiling, and you skitter across, and yes, pass without a trace is concentration, I think.
Yeah,
Is locate object concentration?
blind sight and dark vision.
So anyway, you continue to crawl, and you go more to the middle. Again, this is kind of like, it gets to a point where some of these things are stacked so fucking high, it's almost to the ceiling,
Yeah.
right? So, you get up on like this point where it almost touches the ceiling, and you kind of web drop down into the middle.
Charlotte style.
Yep. A point where you think it's kind of like there's no lanterns right here. You'd have to be kind of looking for it. You could even kind of like go down and behind a little bit to help out, but pretty much in the middle of this warehouse.
Okay, good. Out of wild shape.
Okay. So,
Going.
Yep.
to
Out of wild shape and do your locate object.
locate object. It is a concentration, so I do lose pass without a trace for the moment. Time.
You see some of the objects that were kind of on, like, or sorry, some of the shadows that were like clinging to your form begin to like, they like dissipate.
Yeah.
And as your figure begins to kind of become more defined, you hold. I can't remember. Did you bring one of the? Yeah, you have both a scimitar and a bow on you, right?
I have both, yeah.
Okay, so you kind of like clutch at the scimitar and concentrate, and
Or I'm gonna use the bow because I use the bow most. I'll use the bow because I'm more familiar with it. It'll be easier.
either or. So you kind
Yeah.
of like you grab onto the bow and you like think hard about it, and there's like a moment of silence as you're just kind of like exhaling, and then you feel a surge from about 150 feet or so away from you. It seems like it's underneath, like at the base of this mountain of goods, if you will.
Like it's one of the like base boxes.
Yeah, it's like the direction of it, so it's like down, but right, because you have a certain altitude where you drop down to the top of the pile,
Right.
and then change shape, so it seems like it's below you.
Is there any way I can kind of climb down to it?
Yeah, these are crates. It's not terribly difficult. I mean, people had to stack them this high, so it's not like a climbing check. Or
Right,
anything. It's
right.
not difficult.
Yeah.
So
We
you
get that.
kind of do that. Just because it's been a while, just go ahead and make another stealth check for me, since I used the 29 for like the whole time. So okay, 11. Good to know. All right.
Good to know.
So you climb down sneakily as you can and come to like right in front where you're getting kind of like multiple pings now that you're down here, right? There's about 4 or 5 crates at the base of this mountain. They're sealed. You can open them if you wish, but you believe like the instinct is pulling you towards them. The spell is pulling you towards these crates.
Okay. On the crates, I don't necessarily want to open them. I know the objects are in there due to the spell. Are there any markings on the crate that show who they may belong?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oof.
Eesh.
So you're going through.
I have a high intelligence.
You're you're looking for any sort of symbols or marks that are on here. They don't seem to be like marked in any specific way that you can find. And as you're doing so, you're kind of like going through, and your foot taps a little bit, and it like echoes like through the warehouse a bit. As you do that, you can see one of the people in the distance that's like at the table. He stands up. Hey, did you hear that? Hello?
Need pass without a trace.
Is someone there?
And
Hear that?
turn back.
Shh. And another 2 of them get up from the table. Shh. One of them is like really fucked up looking. He's kind of like, oh. He goes
As
to
I'm-
draw. He goes to draw his thing, and you just hear doo-doom as he kind of like falls over. Ah, fuck.
Gee,
Get up.
should I kill these guards? I feel like
I feel like this is a terrible idea.
is this what you're pushing me towards, Dylan? You want me to kill these?
You can
dudes?
do whatever you want,
You
man.
can
If
do
wanna
you
kill
can do
them,
whatever
kill
you
them.
want. It doesn't seem that they're not like they're just like walking around your direction. They haven't like made eye contact with you. Where you are is dark. You have dark vision, and you can see them easily because there's like a straight line to the back of this pile, and they're
Yeah.
illuminated in the darkness. So
Right.
just their positioning, you could see.
I couldn't If I couldn't find the mark,
And just
I did. I did
Chester
answer my
Flames.
question. I did. I did get my question answered. That this warehouse, that somebody is shipping these weapons to. My question was answered essentially. All right, so it's not just a random circumstance. All right, so I'm going to once again pass without a trace, while shaping it into a spider again, and make my web descent up and out.
isn't the spider's stealth technically lower than yours?
Actually, I'm stealthier than a spider.
Yeah.
Jeez.
20.
Okay.
Oof.
It's fine anyway. You're a spider.
I
Even
Yeah,
if
like,
they
who's
saw you,
gonna
they
be
would
like-
not care. They'd be like, "It's a
was
spider."
like, oh, that
Yeah.
spider's here to steal our weapons.
So
I don't want to get
it's
out.
kind of like just in time. Like you're, oh shit, and you kind of like curl behind a box and you do whatever bodily gestures or whatever you need to do to turn into an animal as you. You
They just
begin
walk
crawling,
over and it's just
crawling
like,
up the side. Right as you're crawling up the side, you're like eye level with one of them. They don't notice you. As you keep crawling and they're looking around, they're like looking past you. They're like, I know I had something. No, you didn't.
it's one heavy spider.
And they're just like arguing back and forth. Yes, I did. I heard something right here. See? And he's like looking around trying to find something. I know. And anyway, as they're bickering, you kind of make your way up, and you kind of have to go around because like you can't like shoot your web straight up and be like whoop, like you can't Spider-Man. But yeah. Anyway, as a spider, I'll say yeah, more than easily enough. It takes a few minutes because it's a spider. It's a lot of distance to travel as a little spider, but yeah, no problem. So eventually, you make it out of there. You get to a safer spot outside of the guard's eyes. There's plenty of nooks and crannies where you can squeeze through.
Shift back, head back.
Okay, you shift back, you head back. All right.
And to save time, so I don't have to do it later in the morning, I will essentially relay all this information to Calicrone. I really got Kurthalon. I'll relate to him that I located the bows in the warehouse, and if he can get his eyes on a ledger and identify those crates, we could possibly see.
Where they
So I'll
came
say that.
from.
Yeah, I'll say that conversation happens, so I don't like RP it out and take up any.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So and that's of course in the morning. So anyway,
Yes.
Makoso, did you wait up or no?
Say again?
Pardon?
You asked him if you were gonna wait up, and he said no. But I'm just making sure, like, so everybody.
Oh no, I did not wake. I
Okay,
did
so
not
everybody's
wake up.
asleep. Okay, so
Yeah.
Makoso,
Yep.
as you're asleep. Oh, let me change.
Oh
to
god, I'm about to
change the
die.
music. Fucking die.
It feels like
Makoto is dead.
So
Felix, you get 6 points of exhaustion.
as you're sleeping, you have one of those like lucid dreams, like that you're aware of your own being.
Oh.
Imagine there's like memories of you and your partner,
Mhm.
the good memories, the beginning, like when you first met.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of the victories of all those times when you pulled through and managed to marginally escape, and all those moments that have built you into the man you are today. All of these things begin flooding into you, flowing through you, and
That's nice.
it all begins to go slightly gray. And you
That's not
begin
nice.
hearing like a ch, 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 tink, 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 sink as it begins to grow louder and louder and louder. And what is gray begins to come back in as more of like a crimson, sort of like undulating, like embers. And you just continually hear this chink, 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 growing louder and louder and louder.
Sounds like a hammer at a forge.
And at the apex, where it's at its loudest, these embers are just burning brightly, and then they begin to die off ever so slightly. And you see, in your vision, kind of like an undulating picture of a black stone, about the size of a fist, and my mother in the background. In the
goodness.
fridge. Sorry. she's right now. Hey everybody, that's my mom. So yeah. A very like a smooth stone. And you reach out to try and grab it and hold it in your hand. It's dense. It's cold. It's like freezing cold. And it is just black as night. It's really heavy. And as you kind of grip it, that hammer stops, and you're just held there in that moment. The embers begin to fade away. And you awake the next morning. Your hand is still in that motion like you're gripping something, but your hand is empty. But there's a moment of like, almost like rigor mortis, where you can't move your fingers. And it's a familiar after image of what just happened.
When I grabbed it, how did I feel? Like, was it like, I want this thing, or I have to take this thing?
There was
How do I feel about
the
this?
best description is like you want it, like it's calling to you.
Sounds about right. So Makoso awakes, hand extended, fist clenched, and stuck like that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, it's almost like it's as if you are gripping it and your fingers are locked there for a few
Oh,
seconds.
so I have like,
So it's almost like you're making like a weird talon or something.
yeah, like the claw thing. Yep.
Yeah.
Makoso